All right, everyone, buckle up. We're going deep today. Really deep.
Into the past, that is.
You got it.
Yeah.
Back in time. And today, it's going to feel like, well, like something out of a movie. We're talking stars falling from the sky,
Floods.
political chaos, all that good stuff. We are diving into the short Chronicle of Radbod.
Written right around the year 900 AD. Gives us a glimpse.
Oh, yeah. A real glimpse into how people saw the world way back then.
Totally different worldview.
So set the scene for us. 900 AD. What's going on in Europe?
Okay, so imagine, right, Europe, the Carolingian Empire. It's this huge e-power ruled for centuries, but it's falling apart.
Crumbling.
Yeah. New kingdoms are popping up all over, left and right. Vikings are, raiding the coasts. And everybody's kind of freaking out about the future.
Not exactly a peaceful time. Sounds intense.
No, not at all.
And speaking of intense, Radbod, our chronicler, he doesn't hold back.
Mm.
Starts us off with some pretty vivid imagery.
Right.
Stars streaming down from the sky, rivers overflowing. He even talks about these, like storms of people rising against God.
That's the first line. I love that.
Drama, drama, drama. I mean, he really lays it on thick. So help us understand this. Why so dramatic?
Well, you got to remember, back then, people saw these events, these natural events, totally differently than we do today. Like a shooting star. That wasn't just a cool thing to see. It was a sign, a message from God, maybe a warning or something.
Oh, I see. It's like the whole world was speaking to them.
Yeah, they were looking for signs everywhere, in everything.
Makes sense. Makes sense why this period gets called the Dark Ages. But okay, so we've got all this cosmic chaos going on, and then, bam, Radbod mentions epochs. Like, out of nowhere, what on earth are epochs?
All right, epochs. Basically, it was a way to keep the calendar straight. They had to figure out how to line up the lunar calendar with the solar year. And, well, it wasn't easy.
Sounds complicated.
It was. Imagine trying to, sync up two different clocks that are running at different speeds.
And they didn't have computers or anything. So were these epochs a big deal?
Oh, yeah. Huge deal. Changing them up, that would mess everything up. Religious festivals, when to plant crops. I mean, it was like hitting the reset button on life.
Wow. So even something as simple as a calendar change.
Shows us how connected.
Yeah, how connected they felt to the cosmos, to the bigger picture.
Exactly. Everything was intertwined.
Fascinating. But hold on, there's more. Radbod also mentions the deaths of some pretty important people. Fulk, this powerful bishop, and King Zwentibold. Why are their deaths included in this chronicle?
Well, think about it. It's already a chaotic time, right? And then these big feasters die. It's like throwing gasoline on a fire.
Yeah, things are probably going to get even worse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fulk's death. That probably created a power vacuum in the church, maybe even some infighting. And King Zwentibold, he was right in the middle of all these power struggles between kingdoms. His death could easily been a result of those conflicts.
So it's not just random deaths. They're adding to the whole sense of instability.
Absolutely. It's all connected.
Wow. So we've got stars falling, floods, powerful people dying. And here's the thing. It's right in the middle of all this that Radbod decides to join the church. It's almost like he's setting his personal story against this backdrop of epic, world-changing events.
You got it. And it's pretty typical of the medieval mindset. They saw the hand of God in everything. Big events, personal decisions, it was all connected.
Right. Makes sense. But I mean, couldn't it also be that, well, maybe Radbod saw joining the church as a way to get ahead in all this chaos?
Oh, totally. That's a great point. We can't know for sure what was going on in his head, but it's definitely something to consider.
Yeah, people's motivations are always complex, even back then. And then the way he ends the chronicle, it's kind of striking. He talks about his hope for eternal life. It's like this quiet moment of reflection after all the drama.
Right. It's like he's finding peace amidst the storm. And I mean, think about it. Life back then was tough. No modern medicine, no technology, no guarantee you'd even have food on the table. Death was always close by.
Yeah, I can see how faith would be a comfort.
Oh, absolutely. It offered a sense of security, a promise of something beyond this world.
Man, what a journey. We started with falling stars and ended up talking about eternity.
This short chronicle, it really packs a punch.
It really does. Gives you a whole new perspective on things.
It does. And I think it leaves us with a question, something to think about. We've seen how connected Radbod felt to the world around him. Do we still feel that way today? Or do we see things in a more individualistic way?
It's a good question. Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It really does.